It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, and it's coming up next.
The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal. The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
1st and goal, and here's Montgomery. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Goff. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he will dive into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Lions offense ready for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Now, Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A run here with Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support. Williams in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short.
Still 3rd down.
So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Throwing here is Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Williams in motion. Goff to throw. That's right side and brought in by Williams. A pickup there of 19 yards. Good for a Lions 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And he'll be taken down.
So as this nice drive continues, Mike, they find themselves 1st and goal. Offensively, anytime you maintain possession for this long, you have to come away with a touchdown. It feels to me, you settle for a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Goff. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now,
he puts it up, and and it's caught. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
And this is where the threat of run just opens up everything else in your offense, especially when you have a premier back lined up behind center. And this is one of those cases where the defense is so worried about how do we stop this ground game. They don't have enough guys to account for everyone in the passing game, and results in an easy touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out on top, 14-0. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down, and that brings up 4th down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. We are through 1. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Here's Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. From the gun, here's Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Here's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. On 1st down, it's Goff. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
On 2nd down, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. On play action, Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. Here's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. In motion, Reed. A good play action with Love. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes...
That is caught. What a throw. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Williams in motion. Quick throw, taken in.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Throwing on second down, Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's caught! And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Detroit.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions up their lead. It's now 24-7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Packers offense and their receiver, Jaden Reed, getting set for their next drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing is Love. A throw on the move is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Love to throw it on first down. That's to Kraft, the tight end, downfield. And he will get into the end zone. Tucker Kraft, touchdown Packers. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers back within 10. It's now 24-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. A second down throw for Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. The Lions called their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. That's a short one, caught by Laporta. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in, because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And that is incomplete.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Kirby Joseph there to make the play. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Lions are in the lead. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coach, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And stretching it out toward the sideline, but the defense gets to him. He'll be taken down for a loss.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
2nd and 11. Goff to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Here's the Lions punt team now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. This one, up top for Dobbs. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. Quick throw here is complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Lots of space past the 45. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
This is how I would run an offense if I was an offensive coordinator, Mike. You pack them in tight to throw, and then in this case, you spread them out wide. 4 wide receivers, make them defend the whole field, and it really opens up some run lanes inside and helps lead to that big gain.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run, and it's also a first down. Here's Jacobs. Space hard to come by there. Tackle made right around the 40-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Running is Jacobs. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
The biggest correlation between scoring points in the NFL is your ability to generate explosive plays. And oftentimes, the best explosive plays in the passing game happen when the quarterback is outside the pocket, and great example of it here.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers cut the lead to 3, 24-21. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. On 2nd down, Goff. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
Goff. This one caught by Patrick. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They hand it to Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Throwing here is Goff. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills. And you saw him on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The home team's offensive running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He'll let one go down the middle. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just two quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Mike, I have to be honest, when offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
On 2nd down, Love. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On play action, Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
At this stage of the game, Mike, these are the plays that can alter the outcome. You find yourself trailing here in the second half. He's doing everything he can to keep this drive alive. A little bit through the air. This time, it's with his legs, and he picks up a huge first down.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And the Packers are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. They'll send a tight end in motion. A run on 1st and goal. A second effort, and he is in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers have taken a 4-point advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Reynolds now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
The Lions will punt this ball away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Love. And that is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
They'll go play action with Goff. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
On 4th down, out comes the punter, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 6. Love. That's to Dobbs again. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up first down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now Jacobs. Not much there. Maybe a yard. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Dobbs headed in motion. We'll go play action with Love. This one up top for Dobbs. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And a yard. Throwing, Goff. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and That's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
From the gun, it's Love. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On comes the Packers punting team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Goff to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. To throw is Goff. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
On first down, it's Goff. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Goff to throw. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Here's Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Goff. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Tim Patrick, touchdown Lions. And now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Now, Goff. And that is incomplete. Two-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Hardman now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. To throw is Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot. They'll run with Jacobs. Not much develops there. He'll get this to about the 43. Second down and 8. On the handoff, this is Jacobs.
Well, that second down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they are in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? And now it brings up a pretty interesting third down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's Watson. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. First and 10. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Working free downfield, it is Williams. A gain there of 27 yards.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
He's got it at about the 8, and he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal. Throwing here is Goff. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Important moment here for the Lions as they're going to go for 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Hardman now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Here comes 2nd down. Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. Now, on 2nd and long. Back to throw is Love. He'll get this out to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Packers.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.